see if we get some people jumping in.
Then you repost it too, though, right?
Yeah. Yep. Because then we can save the video. Mm-hmm. Video can go to. We can put it a lot of places. Got a couple of people joining. Wonderful. Hey guys. I'll turn this way. So we're gonna wait a bit, let a bunch of people get joined in here. But we are live with Arborjet today in the retail. So I figured I turned my phone, so I'm assuming that means you guys are gonna have to turn yours. But I'll put it back here. Just wanted to get everybody in the picture once we joined. But yeah, there's a list of people jumping in, a couple of people commenting. We're going to run through some chemicals, devices, a couple different stuff. So let's see here. All right, what do we got? We got about 20-some people in already.
Awesome. Wonderful.
So that'll fluctuate probably a little bit. Got some people from the UK.
Wonderful. Hey.
So that's pretty cool. All right. All right, guys. Should we jump into it here?
Yeah,
so let me turn this around. All right. We are ready to go.
All right. You good?
Yep,
right,
we are good.
So my name is Jay Goffner. I'm the Regional Technical Manager for Arborjet based in Iowa. And I cover Iowa, Minnesota, North Dakota, South Dakota, and Nebraska is my territory.
My name is Rob Boffman. I'm the Regional Technical Manager for Arborjet for the Midwest. My states that I cover are Wisconsin, Illinois, Indiana, and Kentucky.
Awesome.
So what our role is, guys, is to support you guys in the field, and then we support our distributors like Casey here at Arb Sessions. So,
absolutely,
anytime you want to see any of our products or equipment in action, please reach out to the Regional Technical Manager in your area, and we will definitely come out and show you how all this stuff works and support you guys in the field, answer your questions that you might have. And you can find all of our contact information on the Arborjet website at arborjet.com, or you can reach out to the distributor right here. They'll get in touch with us as well.
Perfect.
Okay. So today we just want to run through a couple kind of the hot sellers, kind of things that move in the industry pretty quickly, and we'll kind of tell a few benefits here and there. So I'll start with a couple insecticides here. So Ace-Jet right here is very, very water soluble, and it is a very fast knockdown power. So this is when you get leaf feeding insects like Japanese beetle, scale insects, these insects where you want that rapid knockdown. So Japanese beetle, you can inject a tree and they may fall within hours the same day. So very low volume and you don't have to spray, and you're going to get a longer residual with a trunk injected product like Ace-Jet, which is acephate. TREE-äge R10, our number one seller by far, our emamectin benzoate that has a 9.7% emamectin benzoate, so it's 2.5 times more active ingredient than 4% formulations like our TREE-äge G4, which is still out on the market. Very, very fast. You can treat trees in as little as 5 minutes start to finish. Very, very quick.
Right here we've got our Min-Jet FE. It's a micronutrient. It's an injectable micronutrient. Min-Jet's wonderful for trees that are yellowing or that have been diagnosed with chlorosis. It's got a great balance of iron as well as manganese for your maple trees. But a great product. You can get anywhere between 1 and 3 years of coverage with one injection, depending on the species of tree. But just a wonderful product. Usually you'll see results within 30 days. Another micronutrient we have, this one is Nutriroot right here. We've got it as a liquid as well as a granular form. Nutriroot is wonderful for your transplanted plants or for your new plantings. Once again, you got the liquid and the granular. Either one, both work the same. It is a soil applied product, but just absolutely wonderful, like I said, for the new and transplanted plants in your landscape. What's really nice about NutriRoot is it's got hydrotain in it. So if you're looking for some moisture managing, does a fantastic job with that. It's got some seaweed extract as well in there. Helps to build that root system for those plants. And then it's also got some nutrients in there as well. So your NPK to give a nice boost to those new plants.
And going into our fungicide products over there, I'll start with Propazole. So Propazole is our propiconazole, and trunk injectable, very wide label, treats a number of diseases in trees around here in the Midwest. Very popular on oak wilt. Bur oak blight is another popular one around here that we use it for in the spring. Another nice benefit of the Propazole and the TREE-äge R10, those two products are tank mix compatible. So we can actually put TREE-äge R10 in with Propazole in one treatment. So if we're doing, bur oak blight, but we're targeting two-line chestnut borer, we can do one thing. We can do two products at one time. And save a lot of labor in that sense. So Propazole is a good one for sure. Right next to it is the Phosphojet. Phosphojet really kind of helps the tree's own defense mechanisms. It's kind of an activator. So it helps a tree defend itself against some of the diseases and leaf spot diseases that we have, and just overall improve overall health. So that's a really fun one to use as well. Then right next to it, we get into the plant growth regulators. That's our product called Shortstop. Shortstop, the way we formulate it, we use a very, very small clay particle. And so it's very easy to work with for the end user. We always mix that, 11 parts water, 1 part Shortstop when we're doing with trees. And that is also soil applied as well, but it's going to last 3 years. And so the plant healthcare benefits are just superb with getting finer root hairs. We're getting thicker cell walls on our leaf tissue. We're getting a tighter leaf structure, but we're getting deeper colors, more chlorophyll production, and overall just a healthier looking plant with the Shortstop. That one is soil applied, and we'll lead that right into some equipment with Rob here.
Absolutely. So this right here is our AccuFlow. This AccuFlow is our soil injector. So if you're looking to put down your Shortstop, this is the tool to do it. And the reasoning is precision dosing. So right here at the top, we've got a precision dosing meter anywhere between 0 and 300 milliliters. Okay. What that also means is repeatable dosing. So now, the days of holding a lever and holding a trigger for a number of seconds and counting, those days are over. Now we have a simple toggle switch right here on the back side of it. And it's as simple. Push it to the left, it fills up the canister. Push it to the right, it injects. And the power all comes from the backpack right there. That's a 4-gallon backpack. It's electric. It's battery powered. What's really nice about the battery power is that battery is going to last you up to 16 tankfuls before it's going to run dead. And it's going to last a number of years. The other nice thing is you can take the versatility is great on this thing, because now you can actually take this off and put a lawn sprayer on it. So that's really nice. So now if you want to do some foliar sprays with it, do some lawn sprays with it, some soil drenching, bark sprays, now you can use it for that as well. Really anything water soluble runs through the unit. But it's just a wonderful tool to add into your toolbox of equipment. No more dragon hoses. We also have a 9-gallon version of the 4-gallon backpack. Now it's not a backpack, but it's on a dolly. It's got wheels. But so for those jobs where you need a little bit extra product, we got the 9-gallon for you.
Awesome.
Going back to trunk injection, we got our the QUIK-jet AIR. This is by far our #1 selling device. We've had this for well over a decade now. The nice thing about the QUIK-jet AIR, this device is powered by compressed air. Air is a very powerful and reliable power source. And so when we fill that air tank, we're going to have very consistent power, and it's fast. And so when we're dealing with trunk injection, we can do a very precise dose. We can set our dose from, a 0.5 milliliter all the way to 5 milliliters. and then every time we pull the trigger, it's going to deliver that specific dose into that injection site. And this way we're getting very good distribution around the tree. We're putting the exact precise dose per injection site. And so if we're doing emerald ash borer treatments and we're using TREE-äge R10, you know, that R10, you know, at a medium rate at 2 mils per diameter inch, we can just set this QUIK-jet AIR to 4, and then we can take our tree diameter divided by 2 to set our injection sites and do one shot, one dose of 4 milliliters per injection site, and we're going to be done. There's a YouTube video of me doing this process with the QUIK-jet AIR. I did a 20-inch tree in 3 minutes and 6 seconds. That was start to finish, and that was drilling, setting an arbor plug, and injecting. And so when you really break down the math on that, you're treating trees at 10 seconds per diameter inch. And so when you start factoring in your labor savings, it's a game changer. So for those that are watching, if you're still using some 4% formulations, whether it's G4 or anybody else, I'd highly recommend you get a hold of an RTM and have us come demo the TREE-äge R10. Get your hands on it, because the labor savings is quite significant. And it's a great way to add some extra bucks back into your bottom line. And then I'll just close out with our arbor plug right next to it. So, you know, we have a patent pending on this, and we're the only company that provides this patented pending arbor plug. And the way an arbor plug works, when we drill into a tree to access that vascular tissue, we're using a plug to seal that site back up. And that way we're able to inject our product directly into that vascular tissue, and then the tree can compartmentalize and grow over that arbor plug as it grows. Now, the key to an arbor plug, though, is properly setting these plugs and getting these at the right depth. And this is where, you know, use us RTMs in the field to make sure you guys are doing it properly. But real quick, I'll just say probably the biggest way you can do it right is make sure you're using a correct hammer. A lot of people don't use a hammer that's big enough. I like about a 20-ounce claw hammer. I really like some weight to it. But when you set that hammer, you want a little bit of xylem tissue on the outside of the plug. And that way that xylem tissue can grow back over the plug, and it'll heal properly. Mm-hmm. You'll get the precision dosing right where it needs to be, and that tree will heal over just fine. So just something that sets Arborjet apart from everybody else is that uniqueness as well. So that, in a nutshell, is a quick rundown of kind of the top products that we're kind of seeing here in the Midwest with in Rob and I's area here, working with Casey at Art Session, and we appreciate you guys supporting us, and we're out here to support you guys.
Awesome. So guys, any other questions that you guys have, feel free to ask them here in the comments. Any sort of pest update you guys can give for at least the Midwest? I mean, what are you guys getting calls on? What are you seeing yourself?
All right, well, something, so especially in this Wisconsin area here, through kind of, I would say, the center of the state, south, even into northern Indiana, spongy moth. Spongy moth is back again. It's usually about a 5 to 7 year cycle. This is kind of year 2, I would say, of what from what most people are saying. But yeah, definitely spongy moth. Ace-jet's a great product if you want to knock down those caterpillars. And then R10, you know, for the residual effect. That works really well. Imidacloprid, our Imajet works fantastic as well for 1 year control.
And yeah, I'd say spongy moth renamed off of gypsy moth.
Correct. Yep.
Yeah. So some people are, some people may not be aware of that did change. Let's see here.
So a big one for me in the Midwest right now too, for you guys in Iowa, Minnesota, and Wisconsin, bur oak blight is a big one that's coming up right about now. You're probably going to start getting calls on bur oaks that are having brown leaves. Maybe the leaves are falling off early. And what you're looking for when you arrive, it's going to be a wedge-shaped lesion on the leaf. So you'll follow the vein, and right on the vein, it'll turn brown on the outward motion, or the outward edge of that leaf. And it's a leaf spot disease. It's caused by Tobacula ioensis, and that's going to be more prevalent when we have cool, wet springs. We had a very wet spring this year. It was very windy. It was very rainy, very wet. So that disease was pretty prevalent this year. The treatment for that would be the Propizol, but we can only do that in the spring. So for those of you that are watching this today, what I highly, highly recommend is using Shortstop now. And so if you get the call on Bur Oak Blight and you show up on that property, here's what you can do today and now. We're going to set ourselves up for success moving forward. Let's get the Shortstop in these trees, in the base of the tree now. It's going to last 3 years, but that's going to allow that tree to get healthy. It's going to give us a nice thicker cuticle on the cell walls of the leaf. Overall, it's just a healthier looking tree. And then we're going to follow up the Propizol in the spring. And if we see two-line chestnut borer, which is another insect that attacks those trees, we can tank mix the Triage R10 with the Propizol, do that in the spring. So it's kind of a 1, 2, 3 kind of hit. I'm doing a video series on Bur Oak Blight as well. It's on our YouTube channel as well. Highly recommend going and watching that. I did a tree last fall, followed up again this spring, and I'm going to go back here in a few weeks to look at it one more time. But that's a big one in my area right now too.
Awesome. We had a question pop up in here. Gonna read it here from Ohio Tree Therapy. I haven't seen injectable phosphite yet. Is there benefits to that over doing it as a basal drench?
So the benefit of doing the trunk injection would be the rate. So you're going to use a much lower rate. It's going to get it locked into the tree versus allowing it to uptake through the soil. Probably going to be a little bit more beneficial, a little faster. Going to get locked in and get it moving in the tree a little quicker.
All right. I'm going to scroll through the rest of the stuff of everybody joining. So
Everybody
make
just
sure.
saying how awesome we are. It's all good count.
Yeah, right? All right, let's see here. Let's see. Yes, one person never knew we had an in-person shop. Yes, we do. We have a small retail area here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. We have an assortment of stuff on display. If we don't have it on display here, there's a good chance it's back in the warehouse.
Do a quick little 360 there.
Yeah, that's what I'll do here.
Kind of show the showroom here because it is pretty impressive.
Wow, we got somebody from Indonesia too.
Hey. Oh wow, that's awesome.
But yeah, here's a retail for those that have not seen it. I've gone live here before in the retail, but obviously we have new followers, new people checking out the page, ordering from us, all that sort of stuff. Let's see if we got anything else. So yeah, if you guys got any other questions for the Arborjet people, we'll kind of keep it open here for the next couple minutes or so.
Yeah, we've been busy this year. The phone calls have really been ringing. There's been a lot of people out in the field doing a lot of tree work and expanding their plant healthcare options. I think a lot of people kind of got started with emerald ash borer. That was kind of what I call the gateway bug. It got a lot of people, treating trees and making some money, and then they realized that, there's other options. So I always say when you're on a property, you need to be kind of that plant healthcare expert and look for the opportunities that are on those job sites. So if you show up to do an EAB treatment, we just want to walk around the properties, and if you notice that we've got bur oaks, you want to keep an eye on them. If we notice that they have gypsy moth in the area, or they have a pin oak that's chlorotic, right? Like, why leave the property knowing there's a pin oak that's chlorotic when we have solutions for it? So make sure you guys are just out there growing your plant healthcare business with the existing customers that you already have. It's a great way to grow. And they rely on you to be the expert, and what better place to sell plant healthcare to somebody that's already treating a tree, say for emerald ash borer.
Yeah, awesome. I know one question we get quite frequently is, and you're kind of alluding to kind of the gateway bug, or at least taking care of your customers on that first pest. What would be your recommended kit, Arborjet kit, to start with injections? Usually it's easier, I would argue, to go after insects. Getting into the fungal pathogens and some of that other side, that can get a little bit more tricky. So I definitely would say the insecticide is
Yeah,
good.
Yeah, we want to walk before we run.
Right.
And so I always go to the QUIK-jet AIR first. That's what Rob's
100%.
pointing out.
Yep.
That device is not hard to pay for. You can recoup your investment on finding 30 trees that have emerald ash borer. You're set.
Yep.
So that's the device that I would lean toward. It's so versatile, and you can use so many other products through it. So you're not married to just one device, but you're still going to be so profitable on the labor side of things that's the direction I would go if you're getting serious into plant healthcare.
Yep. Yeah, they do offer some other kits as well with different price points. They got the Pro kits, and then I guess the launch one was the IV.
Yeah, so we still got our IVs. We've got a 4-hose IV. We've now got our new F series, which is a six tube manifold. So now we can do 6 injection sites off of one manifold, and actually you can connect another manifold to that and go up to 12. So we've kind of reinvented the Tree IV. So yeah, we've got those options as well. I'll be honest, I really I love this AccuFlow, especially from a PHC standpoint, because especially for those of you who are just getting into the tree fertilization, shrub fertilization, so you don't maybe have enough customers to go out and buy a 100-gallon tank, a 200-gallon tank. This thing is wonderful. This right here, you're gonna be able to hit a job site very easily, get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trees done, and not have to worry about dragging hose and being able to do it fast. So from a PHC standpoint, I really think this is it's a big difference, game changer.
Yeah.
In that side of the business.
It's the right tool for Shortstop.
Absolutely.
100%. I mean, when we're doing Shortstop and doing that plant growth regulator, if you get a big mature bur oak, right? Like, how much bigger does a 100-year-old bur oak need to get? It don't, right? And so when we can redirect some plant energy into the leaves and the fine root hairs, the results are astounding.
Absolutely.
And like I said, if you go to my Arborjet YouTube channel, you'll watch a video. It's called Dealing with Bur Oak Blight Part 1 and Part 2. Go watch that, and you'll buy a soil injector. That tool is phenomenal for sure.
Absolutely.
The F series is really good for your Propazole too. So Propazole, the volume is going to be really high on that. And then because that's the largest molecule that we have, we got to mix it with some water to dilute it and spread those molecules out. And so the QUIK-jet AIR sometimes isn't really the correct device for a Propazole injection because of that volume. And so the F series is really ideal for that. But anything that's lower volume, like our Triage R10, Triage G4, MinJet FE, Phosphojet, AceJet, all of those can run through that QUIK-jet AIR, no problem, lickety split.
Yeah, and I think there's often a misconception that you need this gigantic spray rig, gigantic truck to get into plant healthcare, but that's just not the case, especially with the technology of the AccuFlow, the injection systems, all that sort of
You
stuff.
can fit all of this in the back of a Prius. You don't need much at all.
He's not kidding.
Yeah.
No, you don't need the big trucks. Don't need the big 1-ton dumps anymore. You can have a guy with this equipment in the back of his car, and he can go out there and produce $2,000 to $6,000 worth of work for billable work for you in a day. So it's fantastic to be able to have that and not have to worry about the insurance and the cost of some of the bigger equipment. So
Yeah, so we had another person, I guess, make a recommendation that you guys should make a basil drench gun with a timer that counts seconds every time the trigger is depressed. They get tired of counting all day.
Understandable.
That's a good tip.
That's a great
Yeah.
tip. That's
Like some
We take ideas like that in the field, and every October, us at Arborjet, we ship out to Boston where we're headquartered, and we do a strategic planning event where we get locked in a room for 3 days, and we basically just bounce ideas. And a lot of the ideas come from guys in the field like you. So, man, send those tips and those suggestions to us, because anything that we can do to make your job easier,
That's what we're here for.
And that's what we want to build for you. So we're totally open to all those ideas. Reach out to your local RTM or call the office at Arborjet, whatever, and we'll discuss those opportunities. And if there's a way we can do it to make everybody's jobs easier, make everybody's job more profitable, that's what we're here for.
Yep.
Awesome. So yeah, I guess we'll hang out like one more minute here. If anybody that just recently joined, if you got any questions in regards to Arborjet, great opportunity to ask that question right now. We will see. Yeah, so I'll just kind of scan over everything again while if we got any other last questions. I will also get this video posted up on our YouTube channel as well. So these are kind of the things that we ran through.
Yeah, and we want to thank Arb Session,
Absolutely.
Casey for doing this. We want to thank Casey and Tim and Brandon and all the guys behind the scenes working on the other side of this wall. Arb Session has been a really valued distributor partner of ours for several years now, and they continue to grow, do things the right way, and they're really good about shipping orders out to you guys in the field right away. For those of you who are watching, really great company, so we appreciate you too, Casey.
Absolutely. Thanks.
Yeah, thank you guys. Yeah, sounds good. Let me get this flipped here. We'll get this all closed out for the time being. But yeah, whoa, jeez. That we will talk to you guys later. I'm gonna try to maybe go live a little bit more. I don't know if you guys get anything out of this or not. I actually kind of want to update you. We did some changes back into the warehouse to speed up getting orders out. We kind of reached a point where we were tripping over our own feet. So kind of built some new stuff in the back to hopefully streamline stuff. Not sure if you guys will like seeing that or not. But other than that, like I said, I'll post this up on YouTube, our YouTube channel, so you guys can rewatch this for the people that are just joining. And yeah, talk to you guys later.
See you guys.